park with a lot of people, and this is a stand with hot dogs, and they aren't just hot dogs, there are veggie hot dog. They're good. Play volleyball, have you seen? It's a seed that's like a ball, and it weighs 10 pounds, and we play volleyball with it. Mr. Jin is making the hot dogs, and I am just checking stuff out.
So, Master Mike Cermak, we run Green Dragons and GRODOJO. We're excited to be here with the Harvest Fest, showing off some of the wares we offer at our new store, the Dragon Root. We really believe in local sustainable food, so our new store features everything you can get that we grow fresh from the garden. Some of our Kung Fu kids actually grow some of our fresh produce, and we put those in our recipes, so we're excited to be here. And I think Mill City Grows is such a key part of the community because they have so many beautiful gardens where we're all trying to grow as much fresh produce in the city as possible and get it to all the local residents. So whether it's through a store like Dragon Root, whether it's through an awesome festival like this one, we're just excited to be a part of it. Oh yeah, so from a sustainability perspective, vegetarianism and reducing the amount of processed meats that you eat in your diet is not only good for your body, but it's good for the planet. So at the Dragon Root, we feature vegetarian protein, which is basically like a soy tofu kind of dog, but you can't even tell the difference between a regular sausage and ours, and we make it just like a beautiful regular hot dog. We toast the bun with some nice fresh garlic. We throw on some mustard and barbecue sauce and some organic sauerkraut, and it's the same thing you would normally get at a festival, but it's way less cholesterol, just as much protein, all the good stuff. So we try to look at it that way, so even vegetarians can be sustainable and have great snacks.
Sure. So we are a Lowell-based bakery. We do artisan breads, and we actually got our start at mill number 5, working at the farm markets. And then slowly we built a customer base, and we're able to grow our business and open a brick and mortar store. And we just really wanted to be part of the community and help out with just the locals and reteaching people how to eat better, less processed foods. And we've always had a working relationship with Mill City Grows, and this is our 3rd year doing the event. So they asked us this year to bring soup. We brought butternut squash bisque, and we brought beer cheese with the pretzels, and so we're not letting the rain keep us down. I think that people are starting to see that we don't need all the chemicals and the processed foods, and that starts with our vegetables, like Mill City Grows is promoting and teaching about, but it also goes into our other foods, whether it's meats or cheeses or other salads that don't need to be made with chemicals, preservatives, or anything like that. And this is a time to come together as different groups and support that.
So I'm here to help my auntie Alaina, with the bread and sell it because she needed some help today. I like it because it's a way of not always being with junk food, and it just gets it into a better position for your body, and it gets other people, get on board with healthy foods.
All right, so we're here today at Harvest Fest celebrating the harvest. We're celebrating the whole season. We have celebrating healthy food, community gardens, community access, everything community that we do with the gardens, the market, the farm, the schools, and everything. And we're coming here today to celebrate it on a rainy day. Rain or shine, we're always out here. The vendors, we have Purple Carrot, we have the Green Dragons, we have Koshari Mama, we have our mobile market over here. Then we have actually all the way over there, we have the Lowell Burger Company. They just started a food truck, so this is the first time out on their food truck, so we're all over here supporting local food vendors and everything. Gardener of the Year with a grand total of 130 pounds is Bethany! Congratulations.
Well, despite the rain, we're having a lovely day out here at Harvest Festival. We've got fresh apple cider, and I'm going to show you the process of how we make it. So the first thing that we do is we put it through an apple grinder, and that kind of crushes the apples, breaks it down a little bit more. We first cut it up and then we put it in there. And then we put it in this fancy little apple press, and we press it and with a lot of pressure. And basically the juice just kind of comes out. Some of the pulp, it's a little bit different from apple juice because it does have that pulp. And that's basically how you get fresh apple cider. And then we put it on the stove and we warmed it because it is a cold day and people need to stay warm. So this is the end of our growing season, and Harvest Festival is really about celebrating all of our growers, our community gardeners, our farmers. And so this is really a celebration of food and the end of the season and everyone's hard work. So there's a lot of food to try and a lot to share and celebrate together.
It's been great so far. The sun is poking through. We made it through the difficult rain. The setup was a little bit of a challenge, but now that everything's up and running, the sun's coming out, and things are going great. Yeah, the harvest has been awesome this year. We have a lot of good stuff. It's like the perfect time to showcase everything that we have. We're pulling a lot of squashes out of the ground, our butternut and our acorn squashes. We have some delicata squash as well. We're pulling up our potatoes, digging those, some fresh ones this morning right before this. Our carrots are always delicious. We have a huge amount of carrots. Some of our onions are out as well, and a ton of greens. We got collard greens, we got lettuce, we got radishes, we got scallions. Yeah, it's been a great harvest year, I'd say. We definitely pulled a lot of stuff. It's been a challenging year. It's been really rainy, really wet. We have a lot of squirrel issues. The woodchucks and the squirrels are having a field day at our farm, but we're getting to them. It's working out well, and we pulled a lot of good stuff, and people seem to like it, so that's always good. Having a farm that serves the community is like the most important thing, in my opinion. Having vegetables that are no more than a few days old that were grown in the soil on the land that the community is amazing. It helps everybody. It's really good for the environment and for people nutritionally. So yeah, I think that's like the biggest thing, is just having a part of Lowell in all of the food that we get to sell is a really nice, touch. And the urban environment too is an incredible challenge, but that's where everybody is right now. Everybody's going to the urban setting, but that doesn't mean we can't grow food for the amount of people that are going there. So it's a fun problem to work to solve. Days like today, it's always incredible to see how many people are showing up just to help out. I get a small glimpse at the volunteers when I work on the farm. We have a lot of people come out to the farm and help with all the projects there. But again, today is like another huge subset of people and gardeners that are just showing up in their free time on their Saturday to help us out, and that means the world. It's incredible. I find the act of growing food to be the most interesting thing in the world, just taking one seed and turning it into a whole plant and caring for it and just eating something that you've put your heart and soul into is like the most fun project for me. I love doing it, and then when it gets bigger and bigger and you have rows and rows of tomatoes and all the things that go into it, just it makes your brain work in really cool ways, and you solve problems, and yeah, that's all I got.
So we're here at Mill City Grow's 7th Annual Harvest Festival, and we do this event every year to really celebrate the local growers, all of our community gardeners and our farmers and the whole community that gathers around to support all this wonderful work in the community. And what we do at Mill City Grows is we foster food justice by building food access and food education in Lowell and getting residents involved in every aspect of the process that it takes to grow the food and get it to the plate. So we have our community gardens where gardeners are growing food in their own plots. We have our urban farms where we have volunteers coming out and helping us cultivate the crops. We have our mobile markets here. And the food from the farm goes onto the markets, and that is distributed across the city at a dozen different locations. And then we have our education programs that go from children all the way through adults. And so we're in public schools doing education programs. We do community education. We do a lot of cooking and nutrition education. So really working with the entire community to get healthy food more and more into everybody's daily diets and as a real vibrant part of this community. So this event, we have such a great showing of our community partners here. We have over 20 different organizations from around Lowell helping us to educate the community about healthy food access. So we partnered with the Hunger Homeless Commission this year with support from the Greater Lowell Health Alliance to have this healthy food resource fair. So we have the food bank, we've got some food pantries, the Salvation Army, Lowell Public Schools, food and nutrition services. So many different partners are here really spreading the word to so many residents about how you can eat healthy food even on a budget, and you can continue to build your health through a good diet. So we love this festival because it's a chance for us to bring people out. All of our gardeners come out, and then lots of new people from the community that we don't know. But one thing that we all have in common across anybody from any background is food. We all eat food multiple times a day, and we can relate to each other around food. And that really is a building block of what we've built here with Mill City Grows, is a community around the shared value of fresh food, healthy food, culturally appropriate food. And people learn so much from each other. They gain so much sense of accomplishment and connection to their neighbors and to their community members through the simple act of growing food together and sharing food together. And we see that in our cooking classes, we see that in our community gardens, we see it on the volunteers out of the farm, we see it at our mobile market when people come to purchase food. Even there is a real strong connection. So it's really an amazing opportunity to really build community with food kind of bringing people together. But once they come together, they stay because they find connection with the community.
Solarize Lowell is a program that Lowell residents and businesses are open for signing up. And it's a partnership between the City of Lowell, Mass CEC, and Department of Energy Resources as well. And basically, it reduces the cost for residents and businesses to have solar panels and air source heat pumps for their homes and for the companies or businesses. And Sabrina, I lead communications for the team. I'm a volunteer and resident of Lowell. And we send out weekly newsletters. We have team members who are creating events and trying to outreach to as many people about the program. It's a great deal.
Right, so I'm here at Mill City Grows, and this is Solarize Lowell, and it's been great for me to come to these events. This is the first of the Mill City Grows events that I've ever been to, and it's great. There's volunteers from all different organizations, especially Mill City Grows. I had a delicious meal of koshari, which I've never had in my life. I got to meet people from Lowell Community Health Center, from Eastern Bank, who's actually going to be hosting one of our things coming up in November, and also a place over here that makes its own compost for people. It's been a great experience to be at these events and get to meet these organizations who are doing great things for the city of Lowell. Right, so with today's emphasis on healthy eating, this is a great opportunity to learn about what foods are good for us, even ones that we thought were not as good, but now we're finding they're good, and vice versa. So it's been great from that point of view. For me, anybody who knows me knows I love to eat. I love to eat, and so to experiment with different kinds of food and healthy food is one of the best parts about going to one of these events, and this one especially.
It's going all right, a slow start due to all the weather, but now it's finally nice and sunny out, we're starting to pick up with business. My wife Shannon and I, we got the business in June, and since then we've been working more farmers markets throughout New England, doing pop-ups in Burlington, and we started branching off with new assortment of marshmallows. We started with sweet potato marshmallows, cranberry. We have a fall pumpkin assortment. Food's important because food's what sustains us. Food is life for us. We love working with local farmers. We love using their ingredients. We have our caramel apples and chocolate apples with the Mill City Grows apples, and we bought sweet potatoes from them that we use in our sweet potato marshmallow.
I'm having a great time enjoying hanging out with my brother, who I don't get to see that often. I come all the way down from Saco, Maine, just to stop by and support him wherever I can, helping out with any pop-up stand that he has. And it's been a great day just hanging out, making some new friends, talking to the locals, just having a great time hanging out.
So I'm a food corps service member with Mill City Grows this year, and today we're at the Harvest Soup Tent, and we've been making a soup with all ingredients from our farm. We have beets, carrots, butternut squash, collard greens, onions. It's a really awesome soup, and we've been handing out samples all day. People really seem to love it, so it's been a lot of fun. Tracy's been awesome.
Thank you. Hi, I'm a Mill City grower. Had a garden for 2 years. The soup is awesome. Glad everybody came out today, even though the rain is here. And turned out to be a nice day. Thank you, Mill City.
Oh my gosh, food is important for so many reasons, and I think an event like this centered around food is an amazing way to bring the community together to share the food that they have been growing in their gardens, and we get to share the food that we've been growing at our farm. So it's a special way to celebrate the harvest and just, to connect with people in a lot of different ways. So it's been really great.
It's more healthier for us, no cans.
So Koshari Mama started about a year ago with the mission of introducing people to Egyptian street food, which we love. I'm Egyptian, my family is Egyptian, and we have always connected through food. So we know that food connects people. And our goal was to share a little bit of who we are with people. And a way to kind of just connect people together, to talk, to just be friends and eat good food. So Koshari Mama started in Lowell. We cook at UTech Community Kitchen. And we've been in 10 markets this year. We're at Mill Number 5 every Sunday at the farmers market. And another part of our mission is to also offer internships to people at risk and people with disabilities. And hopefully this is something we're going to expand in our next year. So we're so happy to be here today at Harvest Fest, and we have great people working with us. Today I have with me Jessica.
Well, my children are half Egyptian. Their father is from Egypt as well. But I work for Sahar for her nonprofit out of Winchester, Massachusetts called Brio Integrated Theater. And I work for her there, and she came up with this Koshari Mama idea, and I couldn't be more happy to be a part of it. And so that's how I started. Well, what we have is an Egyptian street food called koshari. And what it is, it's a layered dish, white rice, brown lentils, a little bit of pasta, chickpeas, fried onions, and then we top it with a variety of sauces. So depending on your spice level, we have tomato sauces, mild, medium spicy, and extra spicy. And we also have raw garlic sauce for those who don't like peppers. Street food in general in any culture is people food, and it's food that always has history. So the really fun part about Egyptian street food is that it's a mix of so many different things. So koshari, for example. Koshari, the name koshari isn't really an Arabic word. So the name koshari actually comes from Southeast Asia, where there's similarities in some Indian dishes. And with the travels in the 13th century, this dish was brought to Egypt. And the pasta on top of the dish was added by Italians who came to Egypt. So this is all part of street food culture. It's a history. It's bringing people together. And I think that that's what's so cool about street food.
It's not a pretentious type of food. It's people food, and it's delicious usually, and it's made because people just put different things together from things that they learned, and it comes out really great. So that's why street food, and we'll continue adding some more vegan Egyptian street food to Koshari Mama's menu. So stay tuned.